Okay, so I will be doing the next few scenes. So we're going to be doing the Dueling Club and Harry Wants to Kill Everyone, More Terror in the Common Room, and the Heir of Snakes. So I'm just going to go right into it. So we're going to start with Dueling Club and Harry Wants to Kill Everyone. So you guys are already going to be probably on stage, kind of like this, where everyone's kind of in a group, center stage here, with Riley and Matt on either side. And so we start with Matt's line. Now, none of us want to end up like that poor boy who's attacked the one with the camera. And Juniper, your really sarcastic line, you can say it however you want. You can step out of the group, you can poke your head up, just something so that everyone knows that you're the one who's talking. And so, Matt, your line when you say, some volunteers, let's get some volunteers up here. Mr. Potter, really look around and then, like, aggressively point at Logan. And so what's going to happen is that when he points at you, Logan, you're going to come forward and kind of switch places with Matt. So Matt's going to come back up here. You're going to go center stage. And the same thing's going to happen with Riley and Tyler. When Riley says, and Mr. Malfoy, you're going to switch spots so we can get them center stage here to have this little awesome scene. And I want everyone to, like, step back in unison, like, in a comical way where they're like, we don't want to get hurt type of thing. So everyone's probably going to take another step back like that. And for the snake spell, that's probably something we're going to have to work on in person. But Ian, all you really need to know for that is a snake somehow is going to land on you, and you're going to freak out. And Logan, after Ian says his line, you're going to run up to him, grab the snake, come back kind of center stage here. Maybe Tyler might have to move back a little bit. And say your line where you're talking to the snake. And then it has this line with Daniel, the narrator, and my vision for this is that Daniel, you're going to come up on top of the tunnel, like so, and there's going to be probably going to be some sort of spotlight of sorts on you, so that the attention is all on you, and I want everyone on here to freeze, because it's going to be kind of like a line where it kind of cuts in and stops so the audience kind of knows what's going on. And why everyone's freaking out, because it doesn't make any sense if he just says it, and yeah. So Daniel, you're going to say your line. Unfortunately, this is not what the rest of the school heard. This is. And after your line, Daniel, you're just going to exit back where you came from. And then, Harry, you say your snake line. Jay Finch says, Harry tried to kill me. And Wayne's line, he's going to kill everyone, is the cue line for everyone to start freaking out. And so Matt, you're going to exit this way. You gave up on your group, so play that up. Riley, you exit this way however you want. Tyler, you're Blondo, so you kind of walk off with swag and whatever. And Logan, you're going to exit this way, still talking to the snake in your own little world. And so everyone here is going to be freaking out and running around. And I'm just going to say this part because I can't show it on paper. So what's going to happen is that Ian, you're going to jump into Megan's arms, and then she's going to drop you. For that comical moment where it's like kind of reversing roles, and then she doesn't like you, I guess. I don't know. So she drops you. Oliver, you're confused this whole time. You don't know what's going on. So you're just kind of like, okay. Philip, you're kind of the leader of the group. So you're going to be trying to get everyone in some sort of less frantic way, like in a group. And Bethany and Madison, at some point during this, you're going to run into each other and then fall. Probably even multiple times, because that's apparently funny. And then, Aaliyah, you're going to be in a field position, probably on the floor, rocking back and forth, because you're terrified and you don't know what's going on. Either way, you guys are going to end up center stage in a group huddle, probably again on the floor, just saying, please be our friend. And we're now into More Terror in the Common Room. There's a couple lines here that I'm just going to skip because nothing happens blocking-wise. But Ian, when you say, I promise, welp, I'm going to leave now, bye. What you're going to do is when you say welp, you're going to stand, and then I'm going to leave now, bye, You're going to wave, and you're going to exit this way, probably skipping because that seems something your character would do. And then book it over here to this bomb because you're going to enter here in a second. And the puffs will all say bye, you know, waving back. Bethany, when you say let's all go to bed, you're going to stand to say that line. And then everyone else, you're going to join her standing, saying like, oh, bed sounds nice, all of that. And you're going to exit either one of these bombs. It doesn't really matter, just kind of split up and go. So I'm just going to... any one of these. So... and now we're to the Heir of Snakes. So, Ian, you're going to enter from this bomb. Like I said before, whatever you did in your audition, do that again because that was amazing. You're going to come center stage again. And then, not Nathan. Tyler, you're going to come back as Mr. Nick. You're going to be walking however you feel Mr. Nick would walk and meet Ian center stage here. You say your lines, and then the snake will slither out from this bomb and probably go in between you two. I don't know how that'll work yet. We'll figure it out. And so it's going to go this way, and it's going to exit over here. And you guys are going to be frozen just by the side of it. So, Ian, I was thinking that you would probably be some sort of, like, on the ground in some sort of fetal position, very undignified, as some would describe. And Tyler, I would like you in some sort of standing position, because we're going to wheel you out on a dolly. So, yeah, you guys are going to stand there, be completely terrified. Tyler standing, Ian preferably on the floor. Logan, you're going to enter from this bomb, completely ignoring them, and somehow make your way behind them. I don't know, Logan, what you're doing, honestly. Probably looking for the snake. And what we're going to do is we're going to have some people, whether it be directors or grips, just not any other puffs. We're going to have them come in, look at you, Logan, and then turn around and scream and run off. That's when you say your line, nobody understands Harry, and you exit off that way. Now, Nathan, you're going to come up through this bomb. You're going to be walking, maybe even walk past them before you notice what is going on. Kind of make it comical, like you don't know what's going on. So you can even take time to like look around, figure out what's going on. And when you finally realize what's going on, that's when you say your line. We'll get you finching around again in no time. So, Nathan, you're going to literally pick up Ian and carry him off, and we'll figure that out when we're in person. And you're going to carry him off this way. And Tyler, someone's going to come out and roll you off. Probably this way. We don't know. It's fine. We'll figure it out. So, next, we're going to have to work on this because it's kind of simultaneous a little bit. But we're going to have Philip and Juniper enter under the tunnel here and, like, poke their heads out of the entrance over here. It doesn't really matter which side you enter, but kind of poke your heads out. And this might have to happen at the same time because what Seda does here will affect Wayne's line. So Sadie, you're going to come up above the tunnel, stomping, being really loud, like you don't care what's going on, so you're stomping, you come up here to the top of the tunnel, and sit on the edge with your feet dangling in front of their faces. And Philip, that's when you say, shh, it got Jay Finch, we have to be careful, who knows what's lurking around every corner. So you have to shush Seda, and then say your line. There's a couple lines here that I'm just going to skip because they're not very important to the blogging. And then the next page, Wayne, when you say, the adults aren't helping. So obviously it must fall to me to defeat this monster, defeat Potter, and go down in history as the hero of this school. When you say that, you're going to come center stage a little bit in a very heroic stance because it's a very heroic line. And Juniper, your next line where you say, I don't know if you're qualified for any of that. You're gonna join him. It doesn't matter which side you choose. It's okay. You're just gonna stand next to him. And Wayne, your next line, it is, I'll get an award. Megan, take Oliver to safety. It's definitely coming for him next. Seda, when he says Megan, you're gonna jump off, preferably. If you don't want to do that, that's okay. But so you're gonna find a way to come over here to the other side of Philip. And, there's Oliver's line, what, Megan, you're going to say, it's after Mugborns, you're a Mugborn, which means you're next. When you say, oh my wizard god, what is that? Point off stage, it doesn't really matter where. Just somewhere to freak Juniper's character out. And, a couple extra lines there. And Oliver, after your line, Wayne, if I get petrified, make sure I'm in a dignified position. You and Seda are going to exit this way. No, I lied, this way. So then we're going to have Philip alone on stage for his little mini monologue here. And Aaliyah, you're going to be coming on here soon. There you go. From that vom. And Aaliyah, you're going to enter in Wayne's line where he says, my spiritual John McClane. So that gives you enough time to start walking towards him. You don't notice him because you have a book or something. You just don't notice him. And so, Philip, I thought it'd be really funny is if your line when you say, hey monster, puff on this, pew pew pew, you had like finger guns and just pointing maybe to random audience members. Just something that's super comical and super cheesy. And you're probably going to be facing somewhere this way because you won't notice her. And right after your line, Philip, we're going to find a way for you guys to bump into each other somehow. So you're both at center stage here. Aaliyah, you're going to have a book that you drop. And Philip, it says in the script that you immediately fall in love. And so kind of show that. Play it up and make it super obvious. And I don't know, we might have some music there or something. We'll figure it out. And so really play up the love at first sight idea. Like super shocked. There's a couple lines here. But Aaliyah, when you start to exit after you say, it's very nice meeting you, Wayne, somehow, it doesn't really matter which way, probably in front though, find a way to get to the other side of Philip to exit this way. And Philip, that's when you notice that she dropped a book, so you pick it up and you start to hand it to her saying, hey, don't forget your diary. Couple extra lines here. Obviously, Aaliyah, you're gonna freak out. So, Aaliyah, you're gonna take the book after Philip and Wayne's line says, like a toilet or something. And when you say, a toilet, maybe, thanks, Wayne, you take the book and you walk off this way. And Philip, I want a moment where you think, did I really just say toilet? Because it's funny. And then, you have your last line, wow, I'm in love. As soon as I become the hero of the school, that girl will want to marry me. This is really my year. You're gonna do some sort of cheesy, in-love, frolicky way to get off stage. You can choose how that happens. A lot of jumping, a lot of arm flailing, I guess. And you are going to exit this way. And that is all for this chunk of blocking. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I will be willing to explain anything. There's still a lot of things like sound and light cues that haven't been figured out yet that will help with your blocking. But there's that, and good luck.